What's going on, Assassins? It's Darkshard of the YouTube Assassin, and let's talk about the next game coming out for the Assassin's Creed series. Now, we know that it was codenamed Assassin's Creed Rift, and it was supposed to star Basim from Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We know that it was supposed to be a standalone game, but originally was supposed to be a DLC for Assassin's Creed Valhalla in the vein of like Dawn of Ragnarok. So there's been like a lot of change, there's been a lot of speculation, there's been a lot of worry. Some people are very worried that you're going to pay 60, 70 bucks for a standalone game that basically was supposed to be a DLC. Now, thanks to Jonathan, the hacker who actually goes in and, looks up stuff, the YouTuber Jonathan, he found out a couple of things about what's going on with Assassin's Creed Rift. Now, according to what he has discovered, the final name is supposed to be Assassin's Creed Mirage. It's supposed to be released in around April and June of 2023. The game is going to take place between 1860 and 1870 in Baghdad during the Anarchy in Samara. Of course, we play as Basim. We're going to play as him in his youth as a thief until he arrived at the Hidden Ones. There's going to be multiple cities to explore, separated by desert and rivers, like the kingdom of Assassin's Creed, the original. The game, now this is exciting to some people, is supposed to return to basics. It's going to be a return to form, okay? What we played in older games. It's going to be just like, or not just like, but very inspired by the original Assassin's Creed, which makes sense because there is also the AC1 narrative that they may be actually doing a remake for that as well. So that kind of ties in. Now, there's going to be several RPG elements removed, no more dialogue choices, no gender choice. You only play as Basim. There is no Basimina or anything like that, no female Basim. There's no level system. So everybody who has played Assassin's Creed games prior to Origins, this is your game. This is what we've been talking about a lot. And maybe it's being designed like that just to see where we're at, just to see which system we prefer. The gameplay is going to be slightly different from that of Valhalla, less raw with new animations. Eagle Vision is back. So you're going to be able to, as you could in the original games, turn on Eagle Vision, in which the entire world turns blue, your enemies are in red, your objectives, people you have to assassinate, are in gold, and so forth and so on. So they're going to do that again, which, it just absolutely blows my mind. Basim will be able to use the string dagger to eliminate his opponents. There will be visions of Loki for how Loki manifested into Basim's body and consumed him. So I'm excited for that because we're going to get his backstory. We're going to get how he became Basim, or how Loki took over, the same way that Odin tried to take over Eivor, if you remember, and you completed Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So honestly, that storyline, to me, is a little bit exciting. And like I said, they're secretly preparing to remake Assassin's Creed 1 based on Rift Mirage's work. They will reuse a large part of the assets. So, again, exciting. Maybe that's why they're doing it this way. They're trying to kind of kill two birds with one stone. They're trying to make sure that they're able to make the remake of the original game, and at the same time work out what this game is supposed to be. So it's evolving, or even devolving, depending on how you look at it, from its Valhalla roots, because it was, again, originally supposed to be a expansion, a DLC, like Dawn of Ragnarok. The AC1 remake should be integrated into a season pass, which will include DLC in Constantinople when Basim meets Sigurd. It will be a few months later. So apparently, the way this is working out, the way this is panning out, the way this seems is that, and this I'm excited for. Okay, they took this game, which was supposed to be just an expansion pack or DLC, and they're making it a full-fledged game. Now, that excites me because that means they're putting work into that. They're not taking like a Dawn of Ragnarok module, selling it to you for $60 and saying, hey, here you go, this is your new game. No, they're going all in. They're working on it. And, okay, in November, Valhalla will be 2 years old. You will have to wait just a little longer for them to release this Assassin's Creed Mirage. I think it'll be worth the wait, honestly. Ubisoft will unveil the future of Assassin's Creed on September 10th during Ubisoft Forward. So that is what's going on right now as far as the Assassin's Creed universe goes. Now, what I want to know is your opinion. What do you think of this? Honestly, there are many, many people that still have a bad taste in their mouth from Assassin's Creed Valhalla. With all the bugs, all the errors, all the issues, all the problems that we've had since day one. I can still clearly recall when I live streamed Assassin's Creed Valhalla at midnight Eastern. There were people that said, how did you get past the gender select screen? And I was confused. I was like, what do you mean? I just went and selected. You know, like, what? This doesn't even make sense. So it was, to me, it was really weird. But since then, we've been plagued with problems, myself included. I've had a bunch of issues where I couldn't save. I was worried that data corruption was happening. Some people were not as lucky as me, and their complete data was completely eroded. And, you know, I mean, that's a frightening prospect. You know, that just absolutely blew my mind. So, honestly, I want to know, what is the temperature in the room? What do you guys feel like? Do you feel that you will be getting this game day one? Do you feel like, no, you're going to wait and see how YouTubers get suckered into buying the game and playing it live? Like, what are your thoughts on this? Are you excited for this? Are you more excited for the AC1 remake? What are you hoping happens in the DLC for this game? Do you think that it will be more than 40 hours? Do you think it'll be less than 40 hours? Are you worried that, being that it's going to be like the original way that the series played out? Because, I mean, let's face it, the original series, each game, you could do in a weekend, a week if you played every day, a couple hours a day. It all depends on your play style, the time that you play, and, you know, other factors like that. Obviously, hardcore YouTubers will speed run through it in like a weekend or something like that. You know, hardcore players, the same thing. What do you think of this? Do you think that it's a mistake going backwards and regressing to what Assassin's Creed was? Or do you think that that is the step in the right direction? Now, this is going to divide a lot of people, and I'm actually going to put it up as a community post. I'm going to put it as a poll. I want to know what your thoughts are. Me personally, I do understand that video games have to evolve. For a series has to evolve if it is going to be maintained, if it's going to have staying power. But a lot of people in the community clamor for the old school style of Assassin's Creed. This kind of feels like it's going to be old school Assassin's Creed, where you're actually going to be able to do the stealth missions, the actual assassinations. You're going to actually be an assassin. You're not going to be, you know, some dude, some woman who does weird stuff. You level up. You know, the story's convoluted. You go to like several different areas, and you know, like the story kind of gets lost on you. Honestly, Valhalla, I could not tell you 80% of the story. I really couldn't. I could tell you a lot of the Easter eggs, a lot of the fun things that went on. I could not tell you exactly what was going on and what the point of the journey was. I honestly couldn't. Odyssey, I thought was kind of silly because the reality was that for Cassandra or Alexios, the mission was to find your family. And you just killed a bunch of, you know, what would become the Templar organization along the way. It wasn't a story about the Isu. You just kind of fell into that, you know, so it was kind of weird. It really, there were like little bits and pieces that really didn't make sense. Overall, you just wanted to find your family. That was it. That was the story. Finding Atlantis was an accident. You know, finding everything else was an accident. If you never found your mother, you would have never found Atlantis. You would have never gotten to the actual end of the game. So it's really, really weird. It's really weird. But again, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what they made of it. Yeah, I still enjoyed Odyssey, honestly. I enjoyed it more than Valhalla. Especially since, like, Valhalla, again, a lot of the bugs happened, a lot of issues, a lot of errors, and I know a lot of people, it left a bad taste in their mouth. They're really upset about that. But on the bright side, this isn't the live service that everybody is fearing. And, you know, to all of you who said that, you know, like I'm gatekeeping feelings and everything, where I'm saying, like, you know, don't get all riled up over what they do next because you don't know if this live service is coming out. You don't know that they might change it or anything like that. I'm going to tell you right now, I was right, and feel free to apologize at any moment, because in all honesty, my feelings were that they could change at any given moment. We were getting riled up for nothing. We were worried about a thing that did not even come out. The live service cannot hurt you right now. What if Mirage does so well that they scrap the idea of a live service and they're just like, no, you know what? Let's give the fans what they want. Imagine if Ubisoft does that. That would be absolutely amazing. Anyway, let me know in the comments below, what are your thoughts? What do you think is going on? What do you want to see, and what are you hoping for? Do you hate this idea or do you love it? I want to know your comments I want to know your ideas in the comments below. Let's debate about it. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please make sure you like and subscribe. It helps this channel out an awful lot. As always, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. And until next time, take care, be good, stay safe, take care of each other. I'll see you guys all in the next one.
Yeah.